Hello everyone. On today's video, we're going to be discussing the equipment that still needs to be printed that we could maybe see in Everfest and some of our predictions of what that might be. So, with no further ado, let's get into it, shall we?
Awesome.
Alright, so let's talk about the warrior class first. So we're only talking about majestic and legendary equipment that's been printed. Some of these have common or rare equipment, but we're excluding those, hoping that they're going to get something of higher rarity and more power in the near future. So with Warrior, so far, they have a chest piece, the Courage of Bladehold, they have legs, Valiant Dynamo, and arms, the Braveforge Bracers. So we still don't have a head or a legendary weapon. What are some ideas you think we could do for that? What are some spaces to still explore?
I don't know. I think maybe a headpiece, maybe like a circlet or something with a cane barrier would be good.
Okay.
Or maybe a shield, like the Guardians just got a shield. I don't see why Warriors couldn't get one either.
Yeah, a warrior with a shield makes sense. They get like a Centauri saber or an axe and then a shield in the other hand, so they're just one-wield weapons. Speaking of axes, I want more axe support. Like, the chest only gives support to swords. It only makes your sword's attack cost less, so no love for the axes.
Well, the Courage of Bladehold kind of makes sense because it came out with crew, and that's where the Centauri sabers come from too. So while I agree that we need more axe support, the Courage of Bladehold did kind of make sense with what was already in crew.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally fair. And then, so yeah, some arcane barrier might be good for warrior. None of theirs currently has it built in automatically to be able to protect them from pesky runeblades and wizards.
Right.
But something else maybe it could do that we're still missing. Maybe something to make like an attack reaction's effects doubled or do more increase or something like that could be good with the way they play. That leans more into Kasai and Dorinthia, but I think it would still be good.
Yeah, definitely.
So for head, we want to see maybe like a circlet, like a crown, or maybe just a strong helmet. Yeah, there's something that looks very warrior-ish. And then for weapons, I want like a shield or a one-handed weapon, something like that. I think would be good.
Especially axes. That would be cool.
Yeah, more axes would be cool. Maybe we could get something like a lance for a joust, something.
Oh, that would be cool, like
Yeah.
a javelin or something.
That'd be cool. Alright, let's move on to the next class. Let's do Wizard. So Wizard, currently we have legs with Storm Striders, and we have the Metacarpus nodes for arms. So they're still missing a headpiece, a chest piece, and a weapon.
They're missing a lot.
Some things I thought of that came to mind to maybe help Kano, or we're recording this after Icelander has been previewed, so something to maybe help her too. More health and defense could just be good. Like Kano starts at such a low health, and Icelander's also only at, I think she's 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so some things that could help them, maybe just more health, more defensive abilities. Some things I thought of for the hat, obviously just a pointy hat, right? Like Fantasia, Sorcerer's Apprentice, pointy hat, right? For Kano to wear to give him some abilities. For the chest piece, he has the Robe of Rapture, so maybe just a different kind of robe. What else could a wizard wear? You got any ideas for chest?
That's a good question.
I'm trying to think of famous wizards and what they wear. It's pretty much just robes, so...
I mean, if they have like a breastplate or something, like, that's not entirely out of the realm of possibilities.
Maybe make him like a warrior wizard.
Oh, that's...
Another idea I had for a weapon, or maybe this could go in one of the other places, is just a familiar. Like wizards, give them something to summon that can maybe block or take hits, and also be able to attack on a turn where maybe they can't cast a lot of arcane damage. Summon a cat or an owl or a dragon or something to be able to assist them in battle.
Yeah.
Because why did the shadow people from Monarch get the only allies? I want to see more allies. I want to see a black cat familiar.
That would be really cool. And they really could be either tokens or offhands. They could work either way.
Yeah, it's true. And like a weapon that just lets you summon your thing, and
yeah,
after it dies, maybe you can only do it every 3 turns or something like that. Other things Wizard needs. Wizard's hard, because I feel like Kano's really close to being strong, so I don't want to give him more stuff to boost his arcane damage.
Yeah, and we don't know enough about Icelander.
Yeah. Alright, that's our thoughts on Wizard. Here we go. Runeblade. What do we think that Runeblade needs to get in the future? Nothing. Runeblade doesn't need anything. Runeblade's broken. Chain was broken, he got a band. Briar was broken, she got a band. And now Viserai just won the Australia finals. So I think Runeblade's in good shape. Technically, they still need a headpiece is the only thing they're missing. They have Bloodsheath Skeleton, Spellbound Creepers, Grasp of the Arknight, and they had Duskblade, it was banned. But Rosetta Thorn is plenty strong. We can just count that as being like a legendary weapon.
Yeah, that's fair. As a Runeblade player myself, I feel like I would like to see a headpiece, but...
They have the Scythe.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yep.
No one ever played it.
I know. So yeah, they've only gotten a headpiece. What space could we explore with Runeblade?
That's a good question. I would think maybe like, I don't know, Runeblades are all about like, kind of magic-y, but it's like magic, I guess. So maybe a mask or something?
Oh, that could be cool.
Maybe like what Dr. Facilier has sitting on his walls.
That could be kind of cool. Yeah. I can get behind that. I don't know what it would do because I don't want to make Runeblade stronger, but
I don't know.
Sure, they get a cool mask looking thing. Alright, let's move on to a class that needs more help than Runeblade. So let's go on to Rangers.
Yeah.
Alright, so currently Rangers have 2 headpieces. They have the Skullbone Crosswrap and New Horizon. They have no chest piece. For legs, they have the Perch Grapplers, no arms, and for weapons, they have Voltaire. But that only helps Elemental Rangers. So, poor Azalea doesn't have a legendary weapon yet. She does have Redliner. It's a rare. Death Dealer is generally just better.
Yeah, that's fair.
What could we give the Ranger class? What are some things you think we could give them?
I think a crossbow could be cool.
Yeah, crossbow could be neat. Maybe that's like a one-handed weapon.
Yeah, like a smaller crossbow.
Give them a belt knife so that when they don't have an arrow, they can still come in with a weapon or something.
That's not a bad idea.
Another thing I thought would be cool for the arms, going back to like, I want more allies, you could have like a Hawker's Glove, like something to summon a bird to come in and fight battles for you, to strike at your opponent, to be your ally as you scour through the woods hunting your foes. And then chest, I don't know, maybe just like a talisman. Been playing New Horizon, they've got that look, a lot of necklaces and talismans that they wear to maybe give them special abilities.
That's not a bad idea. I feel like talismans might be better as like items, maybe. We have the amulets from Aria.
Right.
And we have like Talisman of Dowsing, which is really dumb. It's a bad card, but you know.
Yeah.
It's an item. It's not necessarily a chest piece, but I don't know what else you would put in the chest area.
You always could do like a quiver, but I feel like New Horizon was kind of like a quiver. It gave you a second arsenal zone. I don't know what else a quiver would do besides add more arsenal.
Yeah. Well, the other thing about New Horizon is once it breaks, because it only has blade break.
Yeah.
So once it breaks, you don't have that second arsenal spot. So maybe a quiver would be good, just to be like, maybe it doesn't block for anything, but you have a second arsenal spot.
I mean, yeah, but if that's the case, why would you run New Horizon except it's just a block 2? It wouldn't really do anything.
That's true. Fair.
They need a way to like cast your arrows without having to put it in arsenal, maybe. So like a last ditch effort, you can play an arrow from your hand, you take it out of your bow and you put it in your opponent by hand, the old fashioned way. I think that's what I want to see them do with Ranger.
That would be sweet.
Let's go on to a more primitive class and talk about the Brutes. So Brutes currently have a headpiece, they have skull horn, they have no chest, they have legs, they have the scab skin leathers, but they have no arms and no weapon. They have the mandible claws, but those are just a rare.
Yeah. And Levia's got the Hexagore, the Death Hydra.
Oh, that's true. So the Shadow Brute weapon. What things can we give Brutes? Our random, discardy, dice rolling class. That's something that can kind of count for arms. They got the Gambler's Gloves, which help with their scab skin leathers. But I want to see something more Brute focused. I don't see Rhinar wearing gloves.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe something like tattoos or something. They can tap into maybe there's something magical in the ink or something. thing.
Okay, sure. The art magic words.
Yeah.
That could be cool for some arms, some tribal tattoos.
Some Maui magic going on there.
You could do that for the chest too, just like written across your chest. It's like death to those who come here.
Look upon me, ye mighty, and despair.
That's right. That'd be awesome. Maybe that could just help them be a little bit less random. Like maybe it's when you discard a card, you get to pick instead of it being random. Could maybe be an effect. I don't know if that'd be too good, but that's a space they could explore to make them more consistent and less random.
That's possible. I feel like that would be really powerful, though. Especially with Rhinar, where all of his attacks are like 6 or 7.
Yeah. And then for weapon, let's see, a brute. I don't know. I really like there's the one attack, smash with big tree, right? Just give him the big tree. Just let me always swing with a big tree. It has no effect. It just like swings for big damage. That's what I want.
That'd be awesome.
It probably wouldn't be good, but that's what I want. I want a big tree.
Just like your bare fists.
That's right. Let's move on to the Guardians, the big, bad, heavy hitters. So far they have chest with tectonic plating. They have the crater fist for their arms. And then the elemental guardian has Winter's Wail. So we don't have head, legs, or weapons. They did get the rampart of the ram's head to take up 1 arm slot. So let's talk about what we can give our guardians. What do you think we can give our guardians?
You know, I think a guardian with a big sword would be cool.
It's
like a really big, like a claymore looking thing.
Not a hammer.
No. We already have so many hammers. I want something new. Just like maybe like a big old axe. Like,
what about like dual wielding axes? Give him Bolton's axes, like a dual wielding axe, double headed, or like a giant great axe would be cool.
I could see that, especially now that we have Rampart. I feel like we do need more Guardian left-handed weapons. You know? Yeah,
something to pair with the shield, because right now you can play the shield with Bravo, but it's just the common token.
Titan's Fist.
Yeah, it's Titan's Fist,
which isn't near as good as anything else.
Yeah, something else. So they have Helm of Eisen's Peak for head, but it's just common. But I like that space of like taking a turn to just raise your intelligence to get more hand. So I think that's a good space that can be explored. Maybe I don't know.
It makes sense to have it on the head because that's where your brain is.
That makes sense. So something for legs, I don't know, something I thought of is maybe just giving cards -1 defense for the turn. Like just make it harder for them to block, really push your crush effects through, or make them use extra cards to block the same. I think that could be cool.
That would be rough against Briar with all her... Well, she only gets 1 embodiment of Earth token.
Yeah, make all of her stuff block for 2.
That would be awesome.
I think Guardian could have some cool stuff. Alright, let's go on to our ninja. Sweet Katsu and Benji and Ira. They need some love. Not really. Ira's plenty strong, but the other 2 need some love. Alright, so...
Katsu's pretty okay in CC.
Yeah, the Plunder Run ban kind of hurt him a lot.
That's true. That's fair.
Alright, so let's do... So far for their head, they have the Mask of Momentum. They have no chest. For legs, they have the Breeze Rider boots, and then no arms and no weapon. Let's think of stuff we could give them. What weapons do you think a ninja could have?
I feel like a bow staff would be cool. You see those in a bunch of like kung fu movies.
Yeah, that could be sweet.
Or maybe like shurikens that they can throw at people.
That'd be an interesting mechanic.
Chance, but for ninja.
That's right. You can put them up. You can invest in them early. Let's see, arms. I just want to see Batman arms on my ninja. A blocking blade break kind of thing on their arms to help prevent stuff. I think could be cool.
That would be cool.
Chest. What could a ninja wear on his chest?
I mean, you've got like samurai armor, but ninjas are not.
That's a samurai. Yeah, you spoiled it in your own question.
I know.
Maybe give them like some Tibetan robes, like the orange robes you always see in the kung fu movies, like a specific kind of robe to wear.
Best of the First Fist already kind of looks like that.
That's true, it does look like that, but more specified.
That's fair.
Some ideas I thought of to stretch the ninja space was maybe lean more into the defensive side of ninja with flick flack and make it so like if you don't take damage this turn, you can deal extra damage on the follow up turn with your staff or your shurikens maybe.
That'd be scary.
Or maybe lean more into like evasive, like Benji already has, and it just can't be blocked by a certain amount of power cards to sneak underneath and get under your defenses because ninjas are all about being sneaky. All right, let's go on to Mechanologist, our beloved Dash and the data doll. Currently, they have their headpiece, the Visutronic Model I. They have their chest piece, the Teklo Foundry Heart. They don't have rare legs, no rare arms, and no weapon. So, I feel like steampunk is a space we can explore quite a bit.
Definitely.
What are some things we can give Dash to help her keep up with today's heroes?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like maybe a cane might be cool. Like
okay.
That, like, maybe it shoots something out of the bottom. Or
okay.
Maybe there's like a sword in the handle or something.
That could be cool. A weapon that doesn't necessarily require getting a counter put on it, a steam counter.
Yeah.
Maybe for the arms, just like a gear arm. I feel like that's something I see. You've got like a device with like calculations and whatever on your arm to be able to do stuff.
So an Apple Watch.
Yes. Give Dash an Apple Watch. Partner with Apple LSS and make that happen. Another thing I thought for just, let's see, so legs. They have the Achilles Accelerator. That's kind of the space I would go into. Maybe something to like, I don't know, what floating boots? I don't know, is that a little too far?
I don't know, rocket boots?
Rocket boots, there you go. So some space I thought we could do with them is like different modes on a weapon. So maybe like if you have one steam counter, it performs X ability. If you have two, it does Y ability. If you have three steam, it does the Z ability. And being able to give more options to it, because that's kind of what I think of with the Mechanologist is just a utility belt kind of thing where it's like I can do multiple things, or if you give me time to build this thing, I'll be able to make it stronger and do different things. I have to build it first.
Now here's a question to go with that though. Would you be able to put on multiple counters per turn or just the one?
I don't know. I guess it depends how strong you want to make the other counters. You can make all the abilities really weak, like on something like Coax a Commotion, where it's just like both of you draw, both of you gain a life, and both make a quick token. Or you could maybe make it a lot stronger, where it's like attack for 1, attack for 3, attack for 7. Make it really exponential, so it's worth paying off and putting into a big turn. I don't know, that could be some cool space to explore, I think. Alright, let's move on to my favorite class. Let's talk about the Illusionist class, which currently only has Prism, but I don't think that's going to last long. I think with some of the pictures we've seen at this point, I think we're getting another Illusionist in Everfest. So, what do they currently have? Not much. They currently have Phantasmal Footsteps. She uses Vestige of Soul, but that's for light heroes, not for Illusionists. She does have Luminaris, but that's only for light Illusionists. So if another Illusionist gets printed that isn't with the light talent, they won't even have that weapon. They'll have one piece of equipment to their name. So we need to figure out what we can give our Illusionists to help them combat the other heroes.
Ooh.
And there's a lot of space. Like, I really thought about this one, and I just don't even really know what an Illusionist is. I don't know what to give them or what space to explore. Because right now, Illusionists, they have their Spectral Shields, you can make with Prismatic Shield. They've got their big attacks for cheap, like an Enigma Chimera, which is easily broken, and Spears of Surreality, which has Go Again. Prism really likes Yellow Pitch, but we don't have to maintain that space for another Illusionist.
Right.
What do you think? Any ideas you can think of to fill her head, chest, arms, or weapon?
I don't know. That's tough. I think we probably want something with at least a little bit of arcane barrier against Runeblades or wizards or whoever.
Sure.
Right? So I think a hood might be okay, or like a cloak or something.
Okay.
Like kind of as the headpiece, and maybe for the chest piece, like some fancy, like elaborate necklace or like some, I don't know.
One of those things that's like shaped diamonds just all over, cascading down.
Oh, yeah, so pretty.
That could be cool. I don't know. Is there any illusionists in media? Do we have any illusionists you can think of?
I mean, besides like magicians.
Yeah.
I don't
know. Illusionist is my favorite, but I'm actually kind of running short. Arms, you could have like, I'm just basically thinking jewelry. It's like arms, you could have bracelets, chest and necklace, head, like a tiara kind of thing.
Like a ring or something. Maybe that could be like an item.
Yeah. Weapon, I think weapon could be cool, again, to go into the ally summons, right? Like illusionists, they have a lot of strong things, but they're kind of temporary, right? Like your arcane shields can prevent damage and they go away, and your enigma chimera can hit hard, but it's easily beaten by a 6 attack. So maybe she's able to summon different allies to help her. It's like summon a 1-cost otter, summon a 2-cost elephant, summon a 3-cost dragon or something, and they get different abilities based on what she summons because she's versatile, but they're all they have specific weaknesses.
Yeah. Or maybe she has a spear or something.
Okay, just go along.
Yeah, maybe just like a spear that is made out of like magical wood from Solana or something.
Okay. That could be cool. Give her a weapon that doesn't just control her shields, but she can actually hit people with.
Yeah.
And then, I don't think we're going to get any of these, but Merchant and Shapeshifter, they have no equipment. Let's see some love for them, LSS. Let's see our merchants. Get a coin purse. Give the Shapeshifter a, I don't know what you'd give a Shapeshifter.
I don't even know. Maui's hook.
Maui's hook, there you go. So generic, the final one. We currently have 3 generic pieces of equipment. We have Arcanite Skullcap, Findo Spring Tunic, and the Gambler's Gloves. We don't have legs and we don't have a weapon. The first Arcanite Skullcap and Findo Spring Tunic are some of the most played, most expensive cards in the game just because they're so versatile and can be given every hero. So, do we dare give legs and weapons?
Well, but we know that Arcanite Skullcap is getting reprinted in the set.
Yeah, it's true.
So, I don't know how much room that leaves for other legendary equipment.
That's generic.
Yeah.
That's fair. But if we were to give more generic equipment,
okay.
I think it has to be kind of weak and not versatile. Like, Findo Spring Tunic is like 1 resource every 3 turns. Arcanite Skullcap blocks for 2 and then 1. So, what's another resource they haven't really played with that's generic? I think one would be like intelligence. Maybe, I think that would fit in the headpiece that makes the most sense. But something that can give you intelligence generically, it would have to have a pretty big cost, though, I think. Or maybe it's like you get an intelligence, but then you lose an intelligence.
Kind of that trade-off.
Yeah. Or, because that could help like a combo kind of turn. Or I think about, maybe it's like a decaying thing. Like you spike all the way up to 6 intelligence, but then the next turn 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. And that's the rest of the game. But that might be too good. Being able to just have a turn with 6 cards might be too powerful.
Yeah.
And then a generic weapon. They have Talishar, which just breaks. It's just an old rusty sword. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe give us a weapon that can stick around a little bit more. It's a good generic weapon. Just give us a spear.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. That's the equipment that we're still missing, and some of our thoughts on what that could be in Everfest. So we look forward to spoilers starting literally tomorrow. So
woohoo! I am so excited.
All right. Well, we look forward to spending this spoiler season with you. Good night.
Yep.